My name is
Flow 7.
I write a letter when I have a crush so intense that I don't know what else to do. There are 5 total. Peter with the beautiful eyes, Kenny from camp, Lucas from homecoming, John Ambrose from Model UN, and Josh, the boy next door. Okay, let me start over.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, did I ever dream that I would say that? I don't know, maybe. But basically, hello, my name is Florence. You can call me Flo. This is my first ever YouTube video. This is the first one I'm actually putting live for the public. I'm gonna do a whole intro video post in some way or another time. So this was inspired by Kaiti Yoo, who I 100% recommend. She created a video where she shared about how they had to pick majors or something before they pick their final one. I don't, in America it's totally different here in the UK, but it just got me thinking about all the creative careers that I have pursued and all the creative things that I've wanted to do and my journey through that, and I thought I would put together a similar video just to share that with you. So I'm gonna go through 4-5 different careers that I've pursued within the fashion industry, just sharing the growth. And I just feel that if you want to get into fashion, this is maybe not the best video to watch because it doesn't really give you any information. It's just kind of like a light-hearted take on my journey, but I hope you enjoy it, and it's my first ever video, and yeah, here we go. So creative career number 1 would be best described as lust, I would say. I was born in Kenya and grew up in Scotland, which meant my parents were very conservative and wanted me to stay inside all the time, and that just made me want to be out and about and party more. So I pursued this idea of the fashion industry where you could go out and you could party with people and that you were invited to all these top events. That's what I thought being in the fashion industry meant. But if anybody who has worked in the industry, you know how quickly toxic this industry can become. There are a lot of pretentious people, a lot of people who are out there to just get ahead by any means possible, and they just do not care. And I started to see myself turning into one of these people. I was going crazy. I was just doing whatever I thought would get me ahead, and that's not the person I want to be. So I decided that I needed to chill. I needed to leave it. And this was basically the toxic relationship that I would say I had. After realizing that this was maybe not what I really wanted, I decided to start looking and thinking back to actually what I was passionate about, and that was design. So I'd started uni, I was doing fashion design at London College of Fashion, which meant that I was sort of surrounded by so many creative people, and that was quite tough. But so the idea for this dream or this career was that I would graduate, start my own design label and work for myself, maybe have a little store, maybe live in Hawaii, and just kind of have that slower paced life where, well, not too slow. I still wanted to be in the buzz and be busy and things, but I just liked the idea of being my own boss. While I was at uni, we got this chance to kind of work with other people in different courses, and I started to get exposed to other areas of fashion, areas that I didn't even know existed. You know, you go in thinking there's only like design and being a buyer and things like that. Through that, I started to explore other areas of who I wanted to be. Before I graduated, I managed to secure a role at a fashion company, which was a total pivot. And that led me on to career number 3. I left university with a degree in fashion design, but I decided to pursue the business side, and I was blessed enough to have secured a role before I left, and I moved and worked for a fashion brand, and I worked in their wholesale department, which meant I would show collections to buyers, and that was so exciting. I absolutely loved it. After a year or so, I got headhunted and I moved to another brand, and I headed up their international division. This was just a massive move on my part, and I really definitely think that my style and my confidence just completely went to new levels. After a while, I felt unappreciated in that role, and I decided to leave, and I was like, you know what? I know enough, and I decided to go freelance. That was the beginning of something totally new in me, and it just meant that I started to define my life the way that I wanted to define it. During my time off, I really started to think about what I really wanted to do and where I mean, I had started freelancing and I knew that was the direction I wanted to go into. I wanted to be my own boss, but I just didn't know what that looked like, and I just didn't know how to put the boundaries in place. I knew I didn't want, but I wasn't quite sure what I did want. So while I was kind of in the in-between, I started creating content. I just jumped on Instagram. I thought, let me take this a bit more seriously. Let me create content so that maybe I can get work. I'm a creative person. Maybe I can work as a designer. Maybe I can work on the business side. I just don't know. And that was the aim of me becoming a content creator. I put a lot of work into it and it took off and it grew quite quickly, and I ended up actually earning money, taking photos, reviewing products, and I absolutely love that. So that was a great pivot. Of course, there's just so many things that you think you want and that you don't know. I lost my confidence a lot and it made me pull back, and that led me to take a massive pause into content creation and just kind of feel unworthy of it. Now feel like I didn't deserve to be paid for my work. I basically had massive imposter syndrome. After a long break, this led me to career number 5, which is where I'm at now. I don't do one specific thing. I have a fashion business. It's called Zazen, so I'll link it below. And it started off with me doing it in a way that didn't feel authentic to me. But now I'm excited to tell you that I will be designing my own baby wear inspired by my children. And that's something that I'm going to be bringing out early 2022. I get to be a content creator. I still get to create on Instagram. I've found my mojo and now I've jumped on YouTube, which means that I get to explore a different type of creativity. I get to work on the business side because everything I do, I need to be the person who makes the decision, who's the creative director, who is the strategist, who is the CEO, and all these things. So, and I feel like I'm living my best life. I'm married, I have my 2 kids, and my family mean everything to me. I now look at the lens of my future based on how it works for the things that are important to me and how it fits into that. I feel more free than I've ever felt before, and I feel happier than I've ever felt before. I don't have it all together. I'm definitely still in a stage where I'm searching through things, but I just know that everything that I have done in the past, every person I have been, has led to who I am now, and for that I'm thankful.